patience is what we're going to be talking about today. And the reason I want to talk about today is because, well, it's not an idea that I had actually, it's something I got from Gary Vaynerchuk, who talks about this all the fucking time. He talks about being patient. And there are a few key ideas that he talks about, among which there are self-awareness and patience. I think these are two big things that he talks about. But today's topic is patience. And the reason is, like Gary says, in this world, we always want things straight away. We want things like right fucking now. And I can really relate to this because I'm the type of person that I want things right now. I want results right fucking now. I don't want to wait. Like, I hate the idea of having to do things little by little, taking things step by step, day by day to eventually get somewhere in many, many years. I actually hate that idea because, to be quite frank, I want things right fucking now. But unfortunately, that's not the way the world works. And in life, what I want to do is I always want to look at life the way that it actually is, not the way that I want it to be. That's a really key thing. I'm going to repeat that. I want to look at life the way that it actually is, not the way that I want it to be. Because, it's so easy to be like, I wish the world worked like this. I wish this is how things were. I wish this thing would make me happy. I wish this thing would produce results. I wish I could be famous tomorrow. It's good to wish all these things. But the problem is, that's not how the world works. And so if that's not how the world works, well, that opinion is kind of, I would say irrelevant. That's what I would call it. But, anyways, it's not that you're not entitled to. It's just that it's just kind of irrelevant in this world. So I don't know why you would hold that opinion personally. That's my opinion anyways. So, and by the way, the reason that's my opinion is because people that I admire have that opinion, and I agree with that. That logically makes sense to me. But anyways, patience. I'm going to get back to that. And I was thinking about this because I was thinking about what do I make this vlog into, this whole project where I'm recording myself, documenting my journey. That's what I committed to do. What I'm going to make out of this. And I was really thinking about this today and yesterday actually. And what I came up with was that I was like, okay, I am going to play the long game. This is going to be a long fucking project. And, originally I was thinking about different things, but what I think I'm going to do, for right now at least, I might extend it later, but I'm going to record my life. I'm going to document my life. Use this as a success journal, if you want, for the next 1,000 days of my life. And I'm not sure what I'm going to call this. I might call it 1,000 days of life lessons. I don't know. Whatever the fuck, it doesn't really matter. The point is, I'm going to do this for 1,000 days, document my journey, document what my goals are, and document myself actually achieving these goals, or hopefully achieving these goals. And yes, and that's just the first 1,000 days. And by the way, that's just not even long. Really what I wanted to do is I wanted to do 10,000 days, which would be about 27, 28 years. And the reason I wanted to do that is because, well, there's this whole popular idea that to reach mastery in any kind of field, any kind of skill, you have to apply yourself in that skill for 10,000 hours, right? There's a great book by Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers about this. You may have heard of it. There's another one that I like personally even better that's called The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. Those are two amazing fucking books. But they both talk about the idea that, to reach mastery at a certain thing, you want to spend approximately 10,000 hours doing that thing. So I was 10,000 hours, at first I was I want to put out 10,000 hours of content on the internet, but that would be 3-4 hours a day. I don't know if that's realistic. Maybe that's ideal. Maybe I should do that, but I don't think I can do that right now. So instead I'm just going to commit to 1,000 days. And 1,000 days every day, I'm just going to put it out there. But again, patience. The reason I want to talk about patience is because, even though I say 1,000 days and that might sound like a long time, to me right now, that doesn't even sound like a long time at all. Really why I'm doing this today, I'm recording this today for myself in 10 years, in 20 years. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Not this 1,000 thing. 1,000 days is cool. It's small, but really for me, it's 10 years, 20 years. That's where I'm looking at 30 years, 40 years. I'm trying to build something in the long term. And this is a mindset that I'm really trying to instill in myself. Not because I think it's cool, but rather it's just because I think it works. And the reason I think it works is because it's worked for others. Someone like Gary Vaynerchuk, who's built businesses, who's seen, he really understands this aspect of life. He talks about it. He talks about look at the long term. Life is so long. He said something in a video recently that really inspired me. He said that, he was in this little Q&A session with these 14, 15-year-old kids is in Hong Kong. I'll put a link in the description to that video. But, he was talking about how, you kids are 14, 15 today. And I'm 44. I think he's 44, 42 maybe. I don't know how old he is. And he said, at my age, I still feel as young as you are. I still feel like I'm your age. And because of that, I realize that life is long. I want to take things slow. I want to build things in the long run. And I have to recognize at the same time that, tomorrow is never guaranteed. I might die today. I might die tomorrow. but that's fine. You know, like, I would rather just like try to build something, and if I end up living, that's cool. If I don't, well, you know, I try my best, and you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. But really, I want to shift my mindset to really thinking in the long term, the long term. I'm like, I really don't want to think about what's this going to do for me right now. What's this going to do for me in a month? I want to think, what's this going to do for me in 10 years, 20 years? And really what I want to do with this whole like recording this vlog thing is, you know, I want it so that there's kind of like this library, this kind of like archive of me talking about this whole process, you know, like I said, 10 years, 20 years down the line when I've made it, so to speak. Maybe I won't make it, you know, who knows? But if I make it, then, you know, 10 years, 20 years down the line, you'll be able to look back at this and be like, yo, this guy was talking about this for like 10, 20 years. And this whole making it process is not something that just happens overnight, but it's something that's built. It's a process, it's a hustle, it's a day by day hustle. It's a daily grind. You show up every single day, you do your thing, and you build an empire. So that's what I want to talk about today. Patience. Be patient, my friend. As always, thank you so much for checking this out. If you enjoy this content, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. In any case, much love. Peace.